the Hook Peninsula in County Wexford. My journey starts here in Ballyhack.
The summer wind.
On Nationwide this evening, a summer journey on the south coast of Wexford. We see some of the sights and places to visit in this part of Ireland's ancient East. We visit castles, forts, great monasteries, and along the way we see some breathtaking coastal scenery and even visit one of the oldest lighthouses in the world. Programme. But first this evening we are coming to you from the sunny southeast coast, where I'm exploring the Hook Peninsula in County Wexford. My journey starts here in Ballyhack.
The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea.
This peninsula is steeped in history and heritage and is also renowned for beautiful beaches and outdoor activities. This estuary is in fact the estuary for the three rivers, the Nore, the Suir and the Barrow. I'm taking a boat trip along the Hook coastline to find out more. Bob Doyle runs Waterford Estuary Boat Tours.
You're very welcome here to Ballyhack in County Wexford.
What a beautiful day.
Absolutely smashing day. There's your life jacket.
Thank you so much. Oh no, I'm really looking forward to it now.
That was the river. This is the sea.
Okay, you're all very welcome here on this beautiful morning to the Waterford Estuary. The Waterford Estuary is one of the most historic estuaries in the country.
This part of the sunny southeast is such an attraction. Why is that?
Well, the clue is in the title. You have your sun beating down on us, and also you have the spectacular scenery all around us, and it's just so accessible. It's no matter if it's only 2 hours from any part of the country. It's absolutely smashing, and you have all these natural facilities and you have the natural scenery and the beauty of the place. And then you have all the major tourist attractions or heritage sites, and when you're out on the river you actually discover where those are, where they evolved from. When you see them from the land side, you're actually looking at the back of them, but when you're out on the river you actually see why they were designed, why they were placed there, and how they're actually all connected.
These kind of boat trips though become really, really popular. I mean, how do people react and respond when you bring them on a trip?
Well, they kind of don't actually realise, for some strange reason, as an island nation, we have lost our connection with the water, with the sea. And when you get people that haven't had that connection out on the sea, they seem to view things totally different. They get a totally relaxed view of the whole thing. So here we are, we have the little fishing village of Duncannon, you have the fishing port here, and then you have Duncannon Fort on your right.
It's well designed.
It's absolutely smashing. It's a star-shaped fort built in 1587 by Queen Elizabeth I. At that time she was involved in wars with practically everybody, but mainly with Spain. And she built, because this is one of their main shipping channels, she built this to protect the shipping channel itself. The Hook Peninsula is famous for its beaches. It has 14 usable beaches, and that gives you one for every day of a fortnight's holidays. Just on our left there is the Hook Lighthouse. It's officially the oldest operational lighthouse in the world. Built in around 1200 by a Norman knight called William Marshall. The idea was he would build a lighthouse here to guide the shipping into his new kingdom, the Kingdom of Leinster, and up to his new town called New Ross. So he built a lighthouse to guide in the shipping.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay, thank you very much.
That was just...
Hope you enjoyed your trip.
Oh, wobbly now.
Waterford Estuary Tours.
Thank you so much. That was fantastic. It's all, you feel a bit funny when you come off.
Enjoy the rest of your day on the Hook Peninsula.
Well, of course, and thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Slán.
Right, bye now.
We've come a little way along the coastline to the seaside village of Duncannon and its beautiful sandy beaches.
I'm not letting you in. Now that I built the fortress.
This estuary has always been a safe harbour for ships, but it was also a place that needed to be defended against enemy forces throughout the centuries. How better to defend a harbour than to build a fort? Philip Wallace is going to show me around Duncannon Fort.
All right, you're right, you don't get to see it until you're actually in it.
Philip, Duncannon Fort, it's an amazing structure.
Yeah, absolutely. It was built in the 16th century. It was used continuously then for the 16th, 17th, 18th and 19th century, and into the 20th century then when it was burnt down actually in the 1920s. The Irish Army took it over then and they completely renovated it. And then Wexford County Council took it over in 1993, I think it was, and it was taken over by the community group.
I mean, over the years, what has it been used for?
Well, it would have been held continuously for military purposes all the way through. I mean, obviously, it would have been built by under the instruction of Queen Elizabeth. There would have been sieges here. You know, I mean, out there you have shipwrecks up there where they would have, you know, obviously would have been attacking the fort. Fantastic history here.
I saw it from the sea this morning,
Yeah.
and it's stunning.
Yeah.
It's so well built.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. To be still standing 600 years later, like, it's amazing.
It is actually
Yeah.
amazing, and it's such a big space. I had no
Yeah.
idea how big it was.
Yeah.
I mean, at this stage, can people access it? Can people use it? Do people come in to learn about it and its history?
Yeah, absolutely. It's open now for tours. Only at the moment, unfortunately. But from Wednesday until Sunday, it's open. You can book it through Hug Tourism through duncannonfort.ie, and a few very good tour guides there to bring you around. We're hoping to get it open full time again in the near future. Good bit of work to be done, obviously, on it, but hoping to get a plan in place there for that.
The history and heritage of the Hook Peninsula, again, there's so much to learn.
There is, absolutely. There's so much. So obviously we have the Hook Lighthouse, we have Tintern Abbey, we have the fort here up to Dunbrody Abbey. The Famine Ship is not too far away, Kendy Park. We have it in abundance here, absolutely, yeah.
And then the outdoor activities, because it's one thing to come camping here, but then
Yeah.
what do you do during the day?
Oh, there's loads. I mean, if the sun is shining, I mean, you obviously have your beaches. In terms of activities, you have to try the Hookhead Adventures down in Feather-on-Sea, Graham and Kimberley there, but they have the kayaking tours. Absolutely brilliant to try that. Shilbagan Outdoor Pursuit Centre is another one. Trails as well, Tintern Trails down there is worth a visit. We have a new trail over there in Artistown. Going from Artistown, lovely coastal walk. You get to see up and down the river as well.
It'll fill the day.
Fill the day, yeah, would you?
You still get time for another dip before the sun goes down.
You would, if the tide is right, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Philip.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
fella, yeah.
I'm not letting you in. Now that I built the fortress. When you call, I ignore it. I built the fortress.
After seeing Hookhead Lighthouse from afar, I'm eager to see it up close. Lorraine Waters is the manager here.
Lights will guide you home.
When you're this close, Lorraine, it's quite imposing.
Oh, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, she's standing 35 metres tall, 800 years of history, the oldest operational intact lighthouse in the world. And tonight, when we're all tucked up on our beds, her light is shining away there.
When was the last person here manning this lighthouse?
Okay, so in 1972 electricity came, which is quite late now when you think about it. And that's around the time the last lighthouse keepers would have left, and they would have lived in the houses here behind us as well. Around that time, people were starting to build their own homes as well, so they weren't always in the houses either. But it was quite sad to see, because you always think of that lighthouse keeper standing there minding, looking, watching.
And Lorraine, what can people experience when they come here?
Okay, so when you come down to Hookhead, of course, you've got the wide open space. For those who want to do a little bit more, we've now introduced an outdoor walking tour. So it's all the information that we couldn't give on the standard tour, because, you know, you run out of time. You have to keep these things, you know, within reason. You know, why is there a detonator store on site? Why is there a magazine on site? What's the generator room? So we explain the history of how the lighthouse used to work, how the lighthouse keepers used to be able to be totally self-sufficient. And then then of course we have an information centre on sustainability and recycling. You know, how long does it take to, you know, for fisherman's rope to break down? You know, is it biodegradable? We have our weather station there, it tells you all about precipitation, how rain works, all the different types of clouds. We have a kids play area, the pirate ship. Somebody always wants to be the captain. It's absolutely incredible, guys. And then of course there's the walks and different things. At the moment, the tower is currently closed and we're just waiting for those restrictions to ease. But as soon as they are, we will welcome people back to that wonderful 800-year-old tower and that incredible history, and to meet our wonderful guides.
The history of Hookhead Lighthouse and the history of this area, I mean, you're so lucky. But look around you, the people are coming. They're coming to visit.
They're coming to visit. You see, there's something about the ocean, guys. You know, the lighthouse is minding you. The ocean is giving you that incredible breath of fresh air. And there's freedom. There's absolute freedom. And then to come down here, to just be able to sit down, to relax, you have your parking, you can take a walk. I mean, for ourselves, obviously, you can go in, you can get a coffee, you can get a bite to eat. When the tower reopens, you can do a tower tour. We're very relaxed down here. Yeah, book ahead, come down, but stay as long as you want. Bring your children, play on the pirate ship.
Lights will guide you home.
We're going to take a break now. When we come back, I'll be taken to the water near Feathered-on-Sea. Don't